everyone have their own description of God. It's because humanity do not know what God is. And they do not know what God is because of what humanity has been told what God is. Because humanity started seeking God long time ago. Up to now, they haven't found God. They haven't found God. Thousands and millions of years haven't found God. Because humanity has never been told what God is. Has never been told. When I say they have never been told what God is, I mean that truth of what God is. That's why we are seeking God. Otherwise, if we really knew what God is, we will not be seeking for God. If humanity knew what God is, humanity will not be seeking for God. They will have just become one with God. But because the truth of what God is has never been told, has never been taught, and the direction where we are pointed to, that there is where God is, or here is where God is, are misleading. That's why we are seeking that which we do not know. And it is very tricky. It becomes tricky when you are seeking something which you do not know. Because in your path of seeking, in that road, when you are seeking that which you do not know, it might pass you going the other way without your realization. And this is what is happening. Humanity is seeking for God. God passes them. It has been like that in generations. Why am I saying that we are seeking that which we don't know and God is passing us? I'm saying this because one of the things that humanity has never been taught is that you cannot seek that which already is. You can never seek anything that is already present. You can't. God is omnipresent, meaning He is everywhere, therefore in everything. This means that the whole creation, existence, or the universe has got no space. What we call as God has got no space. And the universe, existence, and creation is within God. There's no empty space. All the space is occupied by God. That is what omnipresence of God is. Therefore, that moment we stand from wherever we are, following these concepts, running towards other concepts to seek God. You can never find Him, because if there is no empty space in existence, all the space is occupied by God. It means where you are, God is. If God is in everything, it means that He resides within your each single cell of your body, in your each strand of your hair, in your each pore of your skin. That is all. It is everything is occupied by the presence of God. When you start running outside and seeking something which you already one with, something which you already are, it means that you do not know what you are seeking. It means you do not know what you are seeking. That's why I'm saying that humanity is struggling to seek God but can never find God, because we do not know what God is. Because if we knew what God is, we will not seek God from anywhere outside of our skin. If humanity knew that, from knowing that there is no empty space, everywhere is occupied by the presence of God. Therefore, no one will need anything outside from their skin, but we have been taught. This is why I'm saying we have been misled. We have been taught that God is something residing outside of ourselves. That's what we have been taught in generations, that God is something residing outside of us, something up above in the skies. While it is each and everything within existence. Actually, what we call as existence is what the universe is what life is what the kingdom of God is. The kingdom of God is not some place we will be taken. It's not some time to come. The kingdom of God is that place where the king resides. God does not reside anywhere. Outside of himself does not exist. Therefore, what is within God is within the universe. It is to be explored and to be experienced. When Jesus said, "My Father's house has many mansions," it is what we are experiencing right now. We are failing to realize God within us, because that which is already existing, that which is already omnipresent, can never be sought but can only be realized. It can only be realized because it is already. It is. It is. As much as even the religions have pointed that the kingdom is within, that knowing thyself is the first. Knowing thyself is knowing God. Despite that, but we are still being misled to seek outward. To seek outward. The problem with and there is no problem with the outward, because the outward is the expression of God. But it is the manifestation. You cannot seek God from the manifestation. If you want to seek God, you seek God from the source of conception, where creation takes place, and it is within. It is within. Outside here, whatever we are experiencing in the physical reality, we are experiencing through our 5 physical senses. 5 physical senses. These 5 physical senses, human 5 physical senses, which we are perceiving the physical universe with. This is what their capabilities are. They can only perceive of the third density reality, and the rest of the densities going down. The 5 physical senses can only perceive from third density, second density to first density. No density can perceive of the higher density above it. Of the 5th density cannot perceive of the 6th density. That is how it happens. But of the 4th density can perceive of the 3rd density. This is what happens. This is what happens. Ants are second dimension. Second dimension, they are second dimensional beings, ants. Second dimensional beings means they move in a linear way. They can only move forward and behind. But as we can move forward, behind, and sides, and up and down if possible. The third dimension, length, height, and width. Not even down. Left, right, up. That's what we are perceiving. The 3 dimensions. So humanity, to ants, humanity, we are higher beings. I said to us, to ants see us as higher beings. Cannot perceive that, what we are perceiving. And those who are above us, to them, we are like the ants. And this is how crazy it is. Actually, even animals are in ants and animals are in second density. And the animals can perceive only the 2 dimensions. Only. But they are experiencing a 3rd dimension at the same time, without their knowledge. And this is what is happening to us. We are here in this 3rd dimension, but we are already participating again in another higher dimension. So the physical 5 senses can never perceive of spiritual realms, and we have been misled to seek from outside answers, satisfaction, fulfillment, joy, everything. We have been taught that they are found outside here. And they have even not told us that whatever is happening outside here is but the effects, is but the reflection of our within, either as individuals or as a collective. That whatever we are experiencing here, we are responsible. That we are 100% responsible as humanity for whatever is happening in this planet. Everything, every reality we are experiencing is a perfect reflection of who we are, is a perfect vibrational match of who we are. It is who we are. What we are experiencing outside here, it is who humanity is. And when you are told to seek God from who humanity is, we will ever, forever miss God. Because what humanity is the highest, is their concepts. The highest level of knowledge humanity has is that highest level of perception through our own concepts. Our concepts are limited. All what you are experiencing outside here in our physical reality, they are concepts, conceived, conceptions. And then when we are experiencing with our 5 physical senses, we're perceiving that. We have always, we have been, and we are, and we shall be perceiving only to that highest level of our concepts. Therefore, when you are told to seek everything outside here, it is a distraction. You are being derailed. And the wagon will be down the hill. One thing we have to understand is that what we call as the 5 senses are just like, they are just like the diver's, it's just a diver's mask. Our 5 senses plus our physical mind. Because our physical mind picks from the 5 senses, then the physical mind is what combines everything to create something to tell you what you are seeing. But this is what is happening. The physical mind is just but like the diver's masks, diver's glass masks. The work of the mask, the glass mask, is to assist the diver to see clear in the depths of the waters. To assist. The diver's mask can never tell the diver what he is seeing. The physical mind's work is for your survival purposes in this physical reality. It can never think by itself. The only work it does is to read the signals from the 5 physical senses and then translate that. So be aware of what your physical mind translates for you outside of yourself, because it can never think. The physical mind can only perceive. This physical mind is together with the higher mind, or the Christ mind, or the mind of God within. They are just together. They might seem separate, the physical mind and the higher mind. They are together, intertwined. When one works, another one sleeps. The higher mind can only think when the physical mind stops thinking. When it stops being busy reading the signals from the 5 physical senses. We can never seek God from outward here. We can never experience God from the physical appearances outside of us. This one is going to go very hard on some people, but it is what it is. You can never experience God from anything in your physical reality. Outside in your physical reality, you get to experience who you are. Outside here is who you are. And when you are running outside here to seek this God from who you are, you miss God. That's why I say humanity has been misled, derailed completely. The wagon is down in the valley. What we call as God is not outside of us, it's something within us. And when we connect to that, we are capable of doing everything and anything. Like right now, everyone eats and they digest the food. Let me tell you, there's nothing automatic. Don't be deceived. Don't be lied up unto. There is nothing automatic within you. Everything which is happening within you, you are doing it. You, yourself, are doing that. The pumping of blood, digestion, the growing of cells within you, you are the one doing that. You are the one doing that because there is that level, I don't know how to put it in words, which you can attain or achieve. That which is one, that which you become just one with that which is within you. There is that level, and humanity are having that, are connecting to that. Humanity are having that. That becoming exactly being one with the Spirit or being one with God. Humanity have exactly that. And most of the time, they are having that and are experiencing it unconsciously. That's why they are digesting their own foods, they are growing their own airs, they are pumping their own blood, they are breathing themselves, they are doing everything within them unconsciously. So seeking the God should be about seeking that point, seeking that area, that place which you are unconscious of, which you are unconscious of, which you know not about. Seeking God is seeking in that place or area where you do not know. The area which you are unconscious about, not knowing about. That is the area you can seek God. Not knowing, the area of not knowing about. This is the area which we are tapping unconsciously and doing everything in our bodies. Healing our wounds when we cut ourselves. This is what we are tapping unconsciously. And this is the place where we are to seek God. The place which you are unconscious about, not knowing about. Therefore, if you are being derailed to seek God from a place where you know God through your earthly concepts, perceptions, you miss this thing which is called God. We have been misled, we have been misguided, we have been derailed from the truth. You cannot seek God from the known, because the known is just part of what is to be known. Is just part of that which seeks to be known. All truths outside of us are half truths. The grander truth resides within ourselves. It resides within me. It resides within you. It just needs you to be present with yourself at that place where you know not about.